and welcome back to Checkpoint Chat. This is episode 29, a week late. I apologize. Vasti got in the way of my stuff. It wasn't Matty's fault this time. He didn't gallivant to another country. How you doing, Matty?
Good, and you?
I'm tired.
Are you done with Vasti now?
I am done. Can you? Well, barring a freak, like
did you fail?
Geez, if I get this back and I failed, I'll be so mad. You have no idea because I spent so much time on this final submission. But barring any disasters, yeah, I'm done. I'm finally done.
When will you know if you are done or not?
I don't know. It could be December. It could be next month.
Oh my gosh!
It really depends on
hang over you now.
Yeah, I'm not really thinking about it. But when we get the message, because it's always like someone on like a group on WhatsApp will be like, "Hey, Mark's out," and I'll be like, "Fuck!" Like, do I want to check it? Do I want to not? Like, did you always? I'm always one of those that wants to see it immediately. Like, were you?
Yeah,
like that?
I think I was very much the same. Why wait? Put yourself. Just know. Hey,
I mean, it's not going to change.
No.
So I have some friends at varsity, a girl specifically, who will pick up like a script for her test and not check it for a week.
But why?
She's like, I'm too scared to look at it. I'm like,
it's not going to change anything. Just flip it over and look at it.
Yeah, just flip it over. And she's petrified. Like, I find it the strangest thing.
But is she one of those students where she's like, I probably failed, and then she finds her mark at it's like 95?
Not really. I mean, she's had similar issues like me, like with some of the engineering stuff. So, but she says she's been like that all her life, even at school and whatever. I'm just like, it's so strange. I just want to get it over and done with. Waiting's not going to change.
But you do know what I'm talking about. You get those people that are like, I probably failed. You're like, no, you really, really smart. You did fine. Why even pretending?
People that crack 95 all the time, and they're like,
sure,
oh man, I really bombed
it.
this. Oh man, I totally didn't work on this. The worst. I didn't study. Cracks 95.
Cracks 95.
Fuck you. You did study.
You have memory retention of Superman or something. I don't know, superhero.
I knew one guy of ours who had a eidetic memory. It really seemed to help him when
that
he
must come in handy.
Yeah, must really. I mean, in engineering, not so much because you're not remembering things. You have to really know how they work. But if he did medicine, man, he would ace that shit. Because
a lot of that's memory.
Yeah, it's just memory retention most of the time.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, when I was in varsity, a lot of it was... Yeah, there's obviously practical and theory, but a lot of it was just remembering theories. And that was me repeating shit to myself over and over and over. Because I don't have the best... Like, I don't know. My brain's weird in that I remember the most trivial of details, like gaming stuff. I'm like, yeah, in 1983, blah, blah, blah. Here's a little nugget of history. When it comes to varsity work, I was like, I don't remember this theory at all. What is going on here?
That's why I used to hate like biology in school, because I was the same. Like, when it's like,
gosh.
remember all the little parts of this insect or whatever. I'm like, I can't.
Who's going to care? I'm not going to do that when I'm out of varsity.
I couldn't, and that's why I could never do medicine. I mean, aside from medicine being just a time constraint like no other, like I just don't have the memory that can remember all these Latin terms. Like,
So wait, what's Shani's doing?
So she finished biomedical engineering, and
does that require?
So she did a bit of medicine. Okay, she did a bit of like they do anatomy and some.
So she was that person who's like, remember the parts of the bug, except it's remember the parts of the
human. Yeah, she did the whole year where they cut up the cadaver and stuff like that. And and
she's squeamish.
She thought she'd she like didn't mind that. But she, after that year, realized that anatomy was so not her thing. Like, really hated it. But and then she finished electrical engineering, and now she's doing a master's.
Jeez.
Yeah, must be nice to be smart.
Yeah, Lenska told me this week, she's like, I have an idea for a PhD.
Sure.
I'm like,
Enjoy.
Good on you. I have no inclination to study that far, you know.
I've had so many people, like supervisors for our project, end of year projects, they're like, do you plan to take this over to a master's? I'm like, straight up, like, nope.
No. I'm the same. Like,
never.
I got my degree. I'm good, fam. Thanks.
I'm fine. I've been there for 7 years.
It's different for you though, because you've done way more studying, you know, and she's like to add on top of that. Wow.
And then I'm also just watching like my friends in masters, and essentially they've been spending an entire year working on a single document. I'm like, I would not deal with that correctly. No.
At a push, I might consider honors in a few years, but I'm still in the mindset. I'm like, no, I do not miss having to write long essays and read all these books and study poetry and all that
I'm
stuff.
26. I want to start earning money now.
Yeah,
So,
I only really started my career last year. I mean, I'm 30 now, so
damn, old man. My
I'm
goodness.
so old. I left my
Wait, you
walking
said I
stick in
thought
the
you were
car.
29.
No, I'm 30.
Damn.
Yeah, life is different on this side.
Life comes at you fast.
So I've started yelling at kids in malls for no reason.
Get those damn Heelys off. God damn it.
What is this? Oh my gosh.
Throw your
Forget
walking
it, you
stick
vape.
at them. Get it, you vape. If kids are vaping, that's a
We're
problem.
like, whoa, what's going on here?
And in a mall, that's just rude.
Heelys, man, remember that time?
Jeez,
What-
Heelys were a good
What
time.
are the youth of today into?
I think at the time it was those hoverboards.
Yeah.
Really expensive. Like, I still don't know. I've never been able to ride one of those.
I've never tried.
I've tried a Segway, the one that has the handlebar.
I've still never tried one of those.
And that's hard because it's like, yeah, my
The
dogs are
dogs
singing to their
singing.
people.
Wow, what is going on?
They enjoy the howling, yeah. But those Segways, even though it's got a handlebar, it's not like an acceleration thing. It's like you
It's only
still
a
lean
weight,
forward
yeah.
and it just feels unnatural.
Yeah.
And also like getting on that thing is a bitch because as soon as you get on, it's just like, oh cool, you're on, let's balance.
You have
Like-
to be super careful.
Yeah. So
My
the
favorite still is
hoverboards-
going to the mall and seeing a security guard just zooming through the parking lot.
Those are cool. They make it look really fun. And then they have those ones with those massive wheels on them as well.
Yeah.
Like all-terrain Segways.
Oh my gosh, go mountain biking with that.
Yeah, exactly. And I like the ones that are, I've seen ones that are almost like unicycles. So they've got a single, I've seen them in the States where people, like they stand and they've got a wheel in between their feet and then they use that instead of walking. So it looks like they're riding a baby unicycle. And it looks really fun, but it also looks like, man, how lazy are you?
Baby unicycle.
Yeah, it's technology. But I guess
Oh my
that's what
gosh.
kids are doing
The
now.
kids of today. No, but even that's still like old now if you think about it. Think about the
Heelys.
hoverboards. Heelys, those are even older.
Yeah.
know.
I remember those, like, I remember malls putting up signs. Like,
no Heelys, no fun
shoes
allowed.
with wheels on them. Yeah, like what the hell?
Like, wow, what difference does it damage the floor? I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
Kids don't do Heelys or hoverboards now. They just do Fortnite and floss
Fortnite.
dancing.
they do Fortnite and hard drugs.
Yeah, Fortnite and vaping. Yeah.
They pop some E before they Fortnite. That's why whenever I join a game, there's always some kid screaming on the other side. I'm like, no, why? Mute.
They don't, I mean, the whole euphemism for taking drugs is cracking open a unicorn now.
Unicorn.
So,
Oh,
yeah, you know,
Jeez, like, how times have
pinata
changed.
unicorn. Is it a unicorn? No, it's a llama. Fuck, what am I
Llama.
saying?
Yes, you are so not with the kids of today.
No, I'm definitely not. We're old
Are
men.
you sure you're
by
not
standards. No, I'm
Side of touch.
getting far too close.
Oh,
far
yes.
too close for comfort.
So young.
Yeah.
You've got a two and a half month holiday. I'm so jealous.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm going to play all them games. So we'll
games.
actually have content to talk about. Not
Wow.
like, oh, we haven't played anything because...
It's like me. I'm playing a game from 4 years ago.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. I mean, I'm planning to catch up on a lot of my backlog. Like, I haven't played Nier Automata yet. I haven't played...
You finished Persona.
No, I still haven't finished Persona.
No, you can.
Now I can. Although I think I'm near the end. I can play Monster Hunter for the first time.
Can you believe that game came out this year?
I know. I
January.
mean, I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, Monster Hunter came out this year. Far Cry 5 came out this year.
There's a lot that came out this year. Holy
There
moly.
was something else in February that I was like, oh yeah, like Black Panther came out in February this year.
Oh, the movies,
I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck? How long is this? This year's felt
It's
like
been
it's 10
very
years.
long. Yeah.
Like crazy.
That's the one that really hit it home for me. It's like, yeah, Black Panther came out this year. It's like, no.
That came out last
It came
year.
out last year. It's like, no, it came out in February this year. I was like, wait.
It's like, holy shit, that
Wait,
was only
what?
like 8 months ago? Like, no.
Yeah, that's even worse. It's not even a year ago. It's 8 months ago. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
It's insane.
This year's felt like... There's always a tweet that goes around... I think it's Heather Alexander. She's like, remember waking up this morning? That was 10 years ago. It's just like,
You're like,
that
huh?
whole like feeling of like, man, this whole year's just dragged on like
Yeah.
crazy.
It's hectic, man.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
hectic. So
You've got time for
we've
games.
we've got some backlog on games to talk about, which is kind of
Jeez,
cool.
Zach, with
Kind
all
of
the
neat because I
games.
think if we recorded last week, there would be hardly anything to chat about. I'd be like,
Let's
sure,
talk
this,
about the weather.
yeah, let's
That's
talk about the
great.
weather. Let's talk about my growing concerns over this report I have to hand in. Yeah.
This is the report podcast.
Oh, Jesus. But
And
while I
once you-
was chipping away at this report, I did get to play Gwent.
Gwent. Thronebreaker.
Yeah. Well, so this is the confusing thing. CD Projekt Red, creators of The Witcher. Oh, well, if you don't know what Gwent is, it was a card game that was created for The Witcher 3 as like a side content thing. And then people seemed to really dig it, even though I didn't dig it in The Witcher 3. And then they spun it out into its own game.
To be honest, Gwent really grew on me in The Witcher.
Okay.
Because when I was playing through The Witcher, John Michael, my colleague from work, John Michael, he told me, he's like, no, play Gwent and start playing early because else you're going to struggle later. You're not going to have good cards, whatever. And I did sort of put it off, and then I reached a point where I was like, hey, Gwent is actually a lot of fun, but I had a shit deck.
Yeah.
And I went back and I started doing a lot of those quests to get the stronger cards, and it did grow on me. Until I went to, and I was beating everyone left, right, and center. And then I went to Skellige, and I just got
the Vikings killed you.
Yeah, it was in cards. I was like, well, okay, I'm done with Gwent. But point is, there was an addictive thing to it, and it did grow on me. So it's interesting that they've spun it out into a whole.
I mean, I thought it was
game.
a really smart game in The Witcher 3. I didn't have the patience to hunt around for cards. That was my thing. I was like, I don't really want to do all these side quests to find cards, but I want to play the game, but I have a shit deck, so I didn't really get into it. But so now CD Projekt Red have like spun it out into two different games. One being The Witcher Tales Thronebreaker, which is a like single player adventure, and the other just being multiplayer.
Straight up Gwent.
Yeah. So firstly, Gwent is very different. I think, you played a lot in The Witcher 3, so you remember there used to be 3 lanes.
Yeah, it's 2 now or something.
Yeah, so there's only 2. And like when they had the 3 lanes, like a melee unit could only be played on the melee range or whatever, and that's not the case anymore.
Oh, okay.
So it's still about you get to play 1 card per turn, and each card has a power attribute, and you're trying to reach the highest number in a round.
Yeah.
And you kind of need to know, when you're kind of outmatched in a round so that you can save cards for subsequent rounds, or, when you're really ahead so you can, because really, if you save 3 cards in a round and go into the next one with the 3 card advantage, you're probably going to win that round.
Yeah.
So it's strategic. It almost feels like poker in that regard, like knowing when to fold, knowing when to go all in. It's really clever. But now it's got 2 lanes, so it's melee and ranged, and you can play units on any of them, but some units will have specific abilities that are only triggered when you play them on a specific
lane.
Yeah, so like one card will be like, if played on the melee range, destroy an enemy of 8 power or more. But if played on ranged, then you can destroy any Witcher card. Stuff like that. So it lets you be a bit more flexible with your tactics, and also means like if someone throws down one of those like fog or rain cards on a lane, you don't have to be like, well, fuck, now I have to play all my cards on that lane. So no, it's nothing like that. So it's really, in a multiplayer sense, it's really fun because it's different. It's not like playing Magic or Hearthstone. You don't have mana. There's no cost to spawning cards. You can only just play 1 per turn.
You can play any card.
Yeah, you can play any card, but you're looking for like ways to chain up combinations. Like some cards will have abilities called deploy, so they do something as soon as you play them, while others have an ability called order, which is like an ability that you manually activate. And sometimes you'll get more chances to activate that ability based on a card you played that turn or whatever. Typical card games, you're looking for a lot of like synergy between your cards, and that's how you base your decks. So that's fun. The one thing I don't really like about it is the pace of the games. Like, you're only playing 1 card per turn, right? So it's not like Hearthstone where you're like, oh, cool, I've got 8 mana, I'm going to play this card and this card and do this and this. But the turn length is still like stupidly long.
Okay.
So you'll often sit there in a turn waiting, watching your opponent, and then the little like countdown for like the end of the turn comes up, and you looking and you're waiting, and all he does is like place 1 card, and then he's like end turn. And you're like, cool. I just waited like 60 seconds for you
For
to do
one
exactly
thing,
what I
yeah.
knew what you were going to do. Yeah.
But some people do that on purpose, though.
Yeah.
Which is
I
really
mean, they do.
frustrating. Like,
do.
I don't know how you would fix that, but there are people who purposely take the time just to frustrate the opponents.
And there is like there are instances where, my turn starts and he's just, my opponent's just played something that I didn't expect. So I'm looking through my cards, but that's mainly me like not knowing my cards. So every card I scroll over, I'm like reading what it does and trying to think about how
It's you panicking, going, shit.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, I get that, but it just the pace of it all just feels way too slow, and it just brings it down to a complete crawl. So I think there's a few things they could do to spruce that up. I also think that like the boards don't give you a lot of visual information that I think is important. There's been so many times where I've played a card where I read the ability, I'm like, sweet, I place it down, nothing happens. I'm like, what just happened? And then I read, it's like, oh fuck, melee lane. And it's just because I missed one word in the description. Like to me, if a card has an ability on the melee range, as soon as you select it, maybe it should highlight that lane just to make you clear, like, hey, if you put it here, something happens. If you put it here, nothing happens. Just a bit of visual information.
That's like in Hearthstone. If you play Rogue, for example, you get those combo cards. They'll highlight when they're applicable. So
yeah, exactly.
Like that might be
and it's like they're highlighted as before you've even played the cards. So yeah, I wish stuff like that would happen. Also, Gwent is really fucking unforgiving with you making misclicks. Like, you will click a card and you'll place it on the board, and then you'll see that, say the ability is to like attack a card of a specific type. And sometimes, like, especially when you're starting, you're not entirely clear of what like faction each card belongs to. So sometimes it'll be like, hey, you can't attack Scoia'tael units. So I'll place my card down, and then all the other cards on the board are grayed out because I can't attack them. I'm like, well, this is a waste. And then you can't cancel it. Like, I haven't even activated the ability, but I can't cancel it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, that was a big waste. Yeah. So, there's little things that could
sounds like all your problems are user error.
I mean, most of them are user error, but like they could really
just to streamline stuff and make it a bit more accessible.
A bit more accessible. Like it just feels a bit too hardcore at the moment. So, but the multiplayer is super, super rewarding to play. There's so you get your usual daily quests. And then you have this this obscenely long log of challenges that range from like stupidly easy, like win a match, to like make sure that one unit kills 3 other cards in a match, like specific things. Yeah. And each of those challenges gives you what they call reward points. Okay, so this game has a lot of currencies, so it might get a bit confusing. Reward points can be used in this like overarching progression map where it's like you have this like parchment that has all the factions on it, and each one has like a skill tree, and then each faction has its own captains, so those captains each have their own skill trees as well. And you use reward points to unlock nodes in these reward trees. Sorry, I'm just closing my browser here because I'm watching my editor edit my review, and I don't want to do that.
It's freaking me out.
Yeah, it freaks me out.
But they're editing your review of
Gwent, yeah. While I'm talking about
is this conversation being tapped? They're like, yes. Yeah. Says game should be streamlined, but actually user error. I mean,
yeah. So yeah, you unlock these nodes, and each node has like a reward in it. Like you'll get a bit of a specific currency or whatever, but you're trying to build paths to like unlocking new captain cards or unlocking chests that give you a bunch of rewards and stuff like that. So it's always like, after every match, it will be like, oh, you completed these 3 challenges, you've got 5 reward points, and then you dive into these skill trees and you just branch them out however you want. It kind of incentivizes you to stick to one faction though, because like you only have so many reward points at the beginning. So the game gives you like starter decks for each faction. So like I advise players to kind of mess around with each one of them and see which one suits their play style before diving into, committing all these points to them. But yeah, it's like you always have tons and tons of resources. the resource they use here is called ore, and it's kind of like you get 15 for a win. You get additional 5 if the player gives you a GG at the end of the match, which is kind of neat, I think. And then a keg, which is like their version of card packs, costs 100.
Okay.
So it's the same as like Hearthstone. But like, I think after like 2 hours of playing and unlocking these nodes, I had like 2,500 ore, so I could buy 25 card packs.
Oh, wow.
I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this is a lot. And then on top of it, when you're unlocking these nodes on these skill trees, you'll come across kegs as well. And the kegs you get there are specific to the faction that you're unlocking for. So you'll never get kegs that like give you cards that you're not using. It'll be like, oh, here's a Northern faction keg. So you'll get 5 new cards for the faction that you're actually playing. So that's really
handy,
awesome.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And then you can use resources to craft cards as one, whatever. But it's really cool. Really rewarding.
Are there any... So in Hearthstone, you can buy card packs. Is there anything like that in Gwent where you can just straight up buy card packs? Or is it... Oh, okay.
Yeah. So you can buy kegs for real money.
Okay.
Just regular kegs. They actually have quite a bit. So you can buy ore. You can buy this other resource called card scraps, which you use ore and card scraps to craft cards. And then you have this other one, which is like meteorite powder, which can turn regular cards into like special cards, like just animate, like think of Hearthstone, like golden cards.
Okay.
And then you can buy kegs, and then they've got like starter packs, so you can pay like $20 and get like a bunch of kegs and a bunch of resources and stuff like that. And then you can also buy like player avatars and boards, stuff like that. So not really play stuff, it's just cosmetic stuff. But like I said, I've played like I think now about 8 hours total,
And you got a bunch of
and
card
I
packs.
think I've purchased maybe just using in-game currency, because the review code I got came with no additional kegs. I've purchased maybe like 45 card packs,
nice.
which is,
That's a lot.
I don't remember ever being able to purchase that amount in Hearthstone.
No, in Hearthstone you get a card pack just doing daily quests. A card pack like every day and a half to 2 days.
Yeah,
Maybe,
and I never
maybe
felt like
3.
I got enough resources to splurge like that.
No.
That's why I find like this progression system really cool, because like even when I've tapped it out, I'll have so many cards by that point. Gwent also has an arena mode, which is the same as
craft your
Hearthstone's
build
arena.
as
Yeah,
you go, yeah.
build a deck, try win 9 games in a row, and it's fun. Because I'm actually, I think I got to like round 4 or 5 before I lost my 3 matches. It is interesting building a deck where you have no faction. Like when you build a deck normally, you have to stick to neutral
Your
cards and the
factionals,
faction that you choose. This one is just like, you can come up with mad combinations, like cards that never should have been used together, and it's really fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, so this is a multiplayer side of Gwent. Is that free to play? Or
Yes.
Is there, okay, but there's the campaign.
That's not free to
not
play.
free to play.
Yeah, so Thronebreaker, which is the campaign, I think is like $40. And you're like, holy crap, that's a lot of money for a campaign. Yeah, I think it's 30 or 40.
I think it might be, I don't know. But at point is it's not 60.
Yeah, it's not 60, yeah. But you're also probably going like, man, that's a lot for a card game campaign. But this game is like 25 hours long.
Yeah,
it's
got a full-on campaign.
Huge. Yeah. So the main thing about Thronebreaker is that you'll see cards in multiplayer and cards in Thronebreaker that are the same. They'll have entirely different abilities.
Yeah.
The cards in Thronebreaker are completely tailor-made for that campaign.
Yeah, sorry, $30.
$30. Okay, yeah, that's much cheaper than it should be, honestly. So basically, this is a Witcher story that takes place before the 3 games, and it's kind of showing the Nilfgaard invasion. The first invasion, and if you've played The Witcher 3, you'll know that their invasion is pretty fucking successful, considering you work for the Emperor. And you play as Queen Meve, who's Queen of Lyria and Rivia, and it's just really good. Really, really good. It's a story of entirely new characters. It's more like a Game of Thrones story that deals with like monarchs and traitors within royal families and stuff like that. And it's all told with like really good voice acting, really good writing, and it takes place over these like, I think it's like six maps that it's like an isometric view. It's almost like you're playing Diablo.
Yeah, I remember. Is that how you navigate between
Yes.
the matches, basically?
Yes, essentially, yeah. So you've got this like open map, and you can walk around, and you pick up resources because you'll need resources to like upgrade your war camp, and upgrading your war camp gives you more cards and more stuff like that. And you'll come across towns, and in certain towns, like not everything is dealt with, with a game of Gwent. Like sometimes it'll just be a story thing, and you'll have to make tough decisions. It's got the same like morally ambiguous decisions.
Yeah.
Like you never know if you're making the right one. But what I like the most is how Gwent is integrated into it. Like Gwent is just used as a means of telling the story of a battle, not like, hey, we're going to solve this conflict using cards. Like that's not how
Sit
it's
down,
done.
we're playing cards.
Yeah, exactly. It's not stupid. So like there was this one instance where this village was like, oh, there's a dragon nearby that's really terrifying us and killing all our cattle and shit like that. So you can choose to go out and kill it. And when you play against the dragon, the opposing player that you're playing against is just like 6 cards, and each card is a piece of the dragon. And when they're all lined up together, they make the image of a dragon. And like
It's
each
clever.
of his limbs do different abilities. Like his claws will do swipe damage or stuff like that. Like it's so clever. Like really,
Oh, they
really smartly
contextualize it,
contextualized. Like really, really smart. I find that the story missions were a bit too easy. But there's these optional puzzle challenges in each map, which are like you get 4 cards and you have to finish this match only using these 4 cards, or like, it's very specific set of rules and situations, and those are really, really cool.
That's cool.
They really teach you about how to combine card combinations
Yeah.
in weird ways and stuff like that. So it's the best way to learn how Gwent works.
And there's a story attached to it, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I could not believe how big the story was. It's just, there's so much to it, and it's a really, really good story. And you get like cameos here and there of characters, like Geralt appears. at one
What?
time.
Geralt
Yeah.
in The Witcher?
Yeah, Geralt appears. You learn a bit of cool backstory about him, and specifically his name. Very, very cool stuff. And you'll see characters like, you'll hear mentions of characters that appeared in like The Witcher 2 and 3. And it's just cool to see like this force that basically existed in all the Witcher games, like how they came to be.
Yeah.
It's very cool. Very,
awesome.
very good campaign. Like I would 100% recommend it. For anyone who enjoyed The Witcher 3, you need to play, even if you don't like Gwent. Like Gwent is smartly integrated into this, and the story is just a must.
really good,
like
yeah.
it's super good. And all the choices you have to make along the way. I think there's like 13 endings.
Oh my.
Yeah, there's this, and just really good characters. So
Sure.
yeah, Queen Meave is awesome. I love her.
That's very cool.
Yeah, and
So,
$30. My
Gwent,
God,
$30.
what a deal.
All this talk of Thronebreaker, though, has just made me want to dive back into Witcher to play the DLC, which I still have
I
waiting.
still haven't done that either.
You have? Oh, you've got 2.5 months. It's
Yeah, what's it? Hearts of Stone and Blood and Wine.
Blood and Wine,
I've heard
yeah.
Blood and Wine is so
so
good.
good. I mean, I heard both really good, but Blood and Wine is particularly...
Yeah, I think if I'm not mistaken, Queen Meave appears in Blood and Wine.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, because someone mentioned, or her son appears there, something like that. So there's some connection. Yeah, I've never played Blood and Wine, so I don't know the connection, but I don't think it's crucial to playing Thronebreaker. Yeah,
Compulsory, man.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
considering it's a prequel and stuff.
What is this?
But yeah, what a game! What a game!
Yes, highly recommend
Highly recommend.
Thronebreaker and Gwent multiplayer.
Gwent multiplayer, like I recommend it less than Thronebreaker, but that's because like I don't know how long I'll stick with it, but it is refreshingly different. It's not like I'm playing another Hearthstone, put it that way. Like it's different rules, different way of thinking about cards, and I just like how much it rewards your time.
Yeah.
Like every time I play a game, I feel like I'm getting something back from
Like
it, which I never
card
got
back.
from Hearthstone ever. So yeah, I just feel like it's better balanced. Yeah.
I'm waiting for that to come to mobile.
Yeah, because it's only on PC now, which is
Yeah.
strange. I'm sure they'll come to a mobile
No,
platform.
I mean, Hearthstone's everywhere, surely.
yeah,
Gwent will-
surely. Like Gwent on
make
your
it further.
phone or whatever.
Because then I'll 100% try it.
I have to pare it down because it's a beautiful.
Oh, really?
Oh my god! Like some of the animations and cards and stuff are stunning. So
Like, good thing I've got this RTX to 2080 to run my card animation.
Yeah, I've got this like
Ray
RTX card
tracing on my
running it at like 4K, running Gwent at 4K. I'm like, fuck yeah,
Wow.
this is why I play on PC,
Look
my
at
dude.
those water reflections.
Thronebreaker is also out on console in December. I think it's 4th of
Okay, so it is
December.
coming to console.
Yeah.
But, well, I mean, I know that's a single-player campaign, but do you think Gwent would be coming to
I
console?
think it's at the same time.
At the same time,
Yeah,
okay.
same
So it
time.
is coming to consoles. Then.
Yeah, I think it's 4th of December on PS4 and Xbox One. Yeah.
You're not going to get 4K on those consoles.
Yeah,
unless
I
you're
mean,
playing the
geez,
Xbox One and PS Pro.
That'd be so disappointing. I mean, Red Dead Redemption 2 runs at 4K on the Xbox One X, and Gwent's like, nah, fam.
No,
That's
calm
too much.
down. Yeah, jeez.
So, what you been up to?
Well, step with me for a moment into my time machine. Back to a time when Horizon Zero Dawn was the hottest talk of the time.
I'm going to remind you to take notes now.
Oh no, to take notes.
Yeah, you haven't.
Yeah, you're right.
Timestamp. I'm like watching you not
You're like,
timestamp this. I'm
wait,
like
hang
thinking
on.
of my future self and how
Like,
much
no.
pain. Yeah.
Okay, let me just write you Horizon.
But
Zero
Horizon
Dawn.
Zero Dawn.
Yeah, so
Aloy.
Aloy. So I've been playing that for for ages now, actually. And this week,
Keep getting your streaming notifications.
sorry, it's those early morning streams.
Maddie's streaming at 6 in the morning.
Morning,
What the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. No, but I mean, I'm going to start. Well, when I'm done with Horizon Zero Dawn, I'm going to stream Bloodborne, but I'll do that in the
Oh,
evenings.
yes.
That'll be fun. But yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, I've been playing it for 40 plus hours, much to
Damn,
my
son.
shock, because I'm sure I mentioned this in one of our previous episodes. I found the in-game time, the game counts. I was like, holy shit, I've been playing for like 30 hours. It didn't feel like that at all. So this week I was like, I know I'm right at the end. I mean, story-wise, I'm like, I'm down this tunnel going to the end.
Okay.
I still haven't
It's
finished
not
the
the
game
end
though.
yet, though.
Because it's like, okay, go do this mission. And I'm like, cool, this is the end. It's like, no, there's this other mission after. I'm like, okay, well.
It 100% fakes out of that
Yeah,
shit.
and I'm like, okay, then this must be so point is, I thought I'd finished it. I would have finished it by this recording. But after 4 or so hours, I still haven't finished it. I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's not necessarily the game's fault because I've got a habit of just getting lost in side stuff. Not necessarily side quests, but well,
Just like taking in the world type of thing.
Let's just dial back quickly. For those who don't know what Horizon Zero Dawn is, it's a
Hunting simulator.
it's futuristic hunting simulator where all the animals are machines, and you basically a character called Aloy who's an outcast, and you just plonked into this world where humanity's basically extinct except for small pockets of different tribes.
Yeah. It's like if Duck Hunt and Terminator had a baby.
Yeah. And you just like, hey, like what's going on? And you inevitably get put onto this quest to, find out what happened. And yeah, but the reason I speak about getting lost is that on the way to any quest, you come across little herds of machines, and it's just so much fun taking them down.
Yeah,
like, it really is.
It's really good.
Something so satisfying about it where even if it's like a little... I mean, so a lot of the machines are modeled after actual animals. So, I mean, I forget the names of some of them, but say I come across a pack of machines that are modeled after buffaloes. They're very easy to take down.
Jeez, I don't even remember their names.
Not buffaloes necessarily, but like...
I know exactly which ones you're talking about. Yeah.
But it's like, those are fun to take down. They're pretty easy to take down. But then you come across these other machines that are modeled after, let's say, they giant ostriches.
Fuck those things. I hate those things so much.
And then you come across machines that are like giant cat-like things that are...
Giant crabs as well.
Oh, yeah, you get those. Those are shell walkers. I actually remember that.
Shell walkers, yeah.
But point is, they're all different to take down, and it's fighting them just very satisfying. So I've fallen into a thing of, I don't... Well, unless the place is very far, I won't fast travel to it. I'll often end up... I won't even get a mount to ride there. I'll run to it because it's just so much fun stopping by everywhere, murdering whatever I see on the way, and then just fulfilling the quests.
That combat is satisfying.
It is really satisfying. When when I started the game, I was enjoying it, but it wasn't until a good few hours in where I really started to appreciate the different weapons, how they work together. So your bread and butter is your spear and your bow and arrow. Who knew that arrows would pierce, full on
Metal,
you know,
yeah.
metal machines, whatever.
But they're high-tech arrows, though.
Yeah, the high-tech arrows, which you can craft on the fly, apparently.
Yeah,
But
so good.
it's so easy. But then you get other weapons where you get a thing called a rope caster, where you basically shoot at the machine and you shoot like a peg into the ground to tie them down. You get a weapon that shoots traps, so you shoot one out, two ends out, and it's like a tripwire.
You get those slingshots that shoot like
you get
bombs.
slingshots that shoot bombs. You get a weapon that basically shoots compressed air, which helps you.
Oh yeah, forgot about that.
Yeah, which helps you remove armor from the machine.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of different ways to take them down, and although like a lot of the machines have their strengths and weaknesses, you could arguably just use whatever the hell you want to take them down. I mean, you get the one crucial weapon which I only picked up late in the games. There's like the sniper bow. I always thought, I'm like, I don't really do long distance thing.
Oh
but,
man, that thing is so useful.
But it's so useful. I didn't realize there's an arrow you get for it that you shoot it at the machine, it pegs, and then it detonates like that compressed air, which helps remove armor and stuff.
That thing, like super vital. That thing, and the normal bow, my bread and butter.
Yeah,
like shooting that, blowing a bunch of like armor off and exposing vital parts, and then like
not only that, shooting like weapons off and
that too against those big like dinosaur ones. Yeah, fuck.
So
that bow's the best.
So a lot of these machines obviously have, you know, they're high tech. They've got weaponry. You can shoot the weapons off and use weapons against them.
So good.
Which I've really enjoyed my time with the game. I've obviously getting toward the end now, I'm figuring out why humanity is like this and what happened.
It's very good.
It's very good, but I do agree with you. The tribal politics, I'm like, meh.
I couldn't give a shit about that stuff.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't really follow. I'm like, I get it. There's these little tribes and all have this and that. And I'm like, I don't really care for that. I just want to know what happened to humanity.
They're like little squabbles are very boring compared to the overarching thing.
Yeah, so getting toward the end now, I'm finally starting to piece together, this is why... I know who Aloy is now. I know what happened, and it's
that stuff is very interesting.
Yeah, I mean that makes me very excited because I haven't finished the game yet, but I remember people saying like, well, there's definitely going to be a Horizon Zero Dawn 2.
Oh yeah. So
I'm like, that's cool because this world has been established now, and you've only played through like one pocket of it. So where else can they take the game? I'm curious to see how it ends.
It's got a good ending.
Yeah, which makes me.
Do you also feel like when I was playing through it, I'm like, this feels so much like a Zelda game? Because you go to different areas and it's like, oh, this is the snow area. Oh, this is the desert area. Oh, this is the jungle area.
Yeah. But one thing I must say, so Horizon Zero Dawn came out more or less around the same time as Breath of the Wild.
Yeah, it did. To its misfortune.
I remember Jeff saying he played Breath of the Wild and then he struggled to get into Horizon Zero Dawn because it wasn't that much freedom in terms of movement.
Yes.
And 100% agree, because even when I first started playing the game, I even mentioned however many weeks ago that if my quest marker was on the other side of the mountain, I tried to climb over it. It's like, nope.
Yeah, you can't do that
have
shit,
to go around it. I'm like, And you don't realize how much you enjoy that sort of thing until you don't have it.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't Horizon Zero Dawn's fault. It's just that Breath of the Wild just, it made it sort of set the bar higher.
Just at the same time.
At the same time, yeah. So I can't really begrudge Horizon Zero Dawn for making me go around a mountain or forcing me to find the one part of the cliff face that I can climb up. But it was the thing of like, I need to get up there. I could just have to go like walk around and find a way to get up there now.
I kind of hope that like when we get the inevitable sequel, like that's something they'll address.
Gosh, if they incorporate that sort of aspect of Breath of the Wild where you can literally go wherever you want,
it would be awesome.
Sure. I think about it, I don't know how they would do it, because Breath of the Wild pulled it off purely because story-wise you didn't have to go do any of the side stuff. You could go to the final boss if you wanted,
Yeah, it's tricky when you're making a game that is more linear, and also just like creating the world that allows for that movement is tough. Like, I mean, if they don't do it, I won't be like, oh geez, that's
no, I also wouldn't be.
It would be awesome, but I can also
really
see them
cool.
not doing that.
Yeah. No, I don't think they would, but it would be really nice. But I mean, that's just nitpicking. You don't need to have the ability to climb whatever the hell you see. Damn you, Nintendo.
But I mean, there's so much to do on just like the open plains, like you said, just hunting creatures. It's just so satisfying.
Yeah, and I mean, there are tons of different machines, and it's really just a lot of fun. You run around like, oh, here's a machine site, whatever. And there's 3 of these machines. I'm just gonna take them down, move on. Oh, here's this big machine which is like a mini boss. I'm going to fight it because it's just a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, there's a giraffe. I'm going to climb
A giraffe, yeah, I'm going to climb the giraffe.
That's always fun. Until I hated it when you fell off that thing and the thing just stepped on you and you're dead. Like game over.
Could it kill you?
Yeah, 100%.
I've never done that.
If you're in front of that thing and it steps on you, you die
No way,
straight away.
I didn't know that. Like, I've
huge.
never died like that.
Yeah, I've fallen off once. I think I fell off because I was actually climbing it while those watcher things were attacking me. And as I was climbing, the one shot me. And I just fell, and this thing just went on my head, and I was like, "Oh,
some
crap."
of the deaths in that game are brutal, though.
Yeah, they really are.
When like you get whacked by some machines throw rocks at you.
Yeah,
I've died like that, and my body just flies like, "Fwing." I'm like,
Yeah.
oh man.
but I like the feeling of progression. Like I remember coming across those shell walkers early on in my game, and I was like, I cannot kill these things. And then by the end of the game, I was just like,
No,
destroying them.
I agree. I'm at that point now where I'll fight anything. Like
Yeah.
I'm really not scared of fighting anything.
But the game makes you scared of bigger creatures at the beginning.
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah.
don't have the tools to deal with them.
Yeah.
Like,
But I mean, I think about it now. If you get the right weapons early enough, but that's the one nice thing about it. If you play smart, you can arguably take down anything. You just have to really be.
it will be like a grind
Really,
almost. Yeah.
have to be really good, I suppose. But you could arguably fight anything you come across.
Wait until you get to the DLC. That makes you feel small again.
Oh no!
There's creatures there that fucking destroy
How long
me.
is the DLC?
Maybe like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah, because
really
that area is tiny. Because I mean, I look at it on the map. It's the top right corner. I'm like, wow, that's like a tenth or
Oh no,
15th of the size. Of
when
the,
you get there, it reveals more. Like,
okay.
Yeah.
I didn't realize
it's
that.
quite. It's like
Okay, so-
sizable. Yeah.
Okay. So I was
And
like,
there's
it's
like-
that little corner of the map.
No. There's like collectibles there. Their own unique
nice, okay.
collectibles and stuff like that. So
Yeah, no, that's one that I can say Horizon Zero Dawn is one of those games where the more I played, I'm like, oh, I don't want it to finish. You know, I just want to
don't worry, you
keep
can
playing
platinum it.
Yeah, no, I will platinum it, but I know there's DLC. I'm like, yes.
And I
one of those
I
instances-
platinumed or gold trophy that DLC as well
Oh, yeah?
because it's
so
it
good.
makes it easy to get it because it's like
Yeah.
shows the collectibles on the map. You know the other weird trophies are pretty easy to get.
Yeah,
so-
I haven't looked at any of the trophies. I'll look when I'm done with my playthrough and see what's outstanding. But for the most part, if I'm near collectible run and I'll get it. If I've done all the hunting ground missions. I've done many side quests. I think I still have a pocket that I still have to do, but I don't think I'll have to work too hard for the platinum.
I think the ones that really got me was some of the collectibles that were on the map, but then there's one collectible that isn't shown on the map.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
those EMP cores that you find every now and then,
Yeah.
and you need
6. Is it the power cores?
you need 6 and then you need another 6. Yeah, exactly. I also thought it was just the 6.
I've got 4. I'm like, I need 2 more.
Yep, this is exactly the thing. I was like, I need 2 more. Grab 2. It's like, oh no, you need another 6.
No, man. Wow.
So I had to use a guide to go and find them because like they're in some odd places.
Oh, jeez.
And they unlock some cool shit. So
That's cool.
Yeah.
But my only real criticism of the game is the not inventory management, but the weapon wheel. I just find it frustrating that you can only have 4 weapons. Because if you go to a fight, you probably won't need more than those 4. But I've often been in a fight where I'm like, I really want to use this quick. It's
And
like,
you can't change to it.
I've got to just quickly pop into the menu, swap it out.
And the menu
come
system's
out.
bad. I really didn't like the inventory menu.
The inventory-
They have updated it though.
Yeah,
When
I
it started,
don't-
it was
Was it really
fucking
bad?
shit, yeah.
I don't have an issue with that, but it is. I don't know how they were sorted out, but I'm like, just a weapon wheel. If I could have a way to, I don't know, have more than 4 weapons, or at least have the 4 and have a way to like quick swap out one of the slots or something, just to make the battles more seamless. Because it really is a thing of, okay, I'm fighting this really big machine. It would be helpful if I could, I don't know, lay a trap down there quickly.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, okay, I don't have that equipped. I've got to go. And even like, just because there's so many weapons, like that compressed shotgun weapon, whatever you want to call it, like I don't have it because I'm like, well, I'll use it once or twice and then not use it. But it would be handy to just have it, use it, and then swap it out for something else without having to jump through the menu.
Yeah, if they could like neaten that stuff up.
Yeah,
a
but I
little
mean
bit, it'd be
that's really nitpicking. The game's beautiful. It's a lot of fun to play.
Yeah.
Story, like main campaign, I'm enjoying. Some of the side quests that to me it boils down to like oh, something's gone missing. Highlight the track, follow the track, get to the end, done. I'm like,
Yeah, it's got a lot of the same like
the-
open world tropes that I
Yeah.
think its sequel will have to change just because of the games that have come out after it.
oh, yeah.
Like, it will have to adapt. But I think it's, Jeff, I remember, said he called it like a best hits of open world games. And I was like, that's accurate, but that's also really good because it's getting all these things right, I think. And at the time, most open world games got some things right and some things really wrong. I thought Horizon nailed most of them.
Yeah. No, the game's exceptional. It's definitely, if you own a PlayStation, you haven't played it, it's a must
you
play.
have to play it. It's really, really good.
And I mean, I've played it after like God of War, for example, and you'd think like, no, you can't. How do you top God of War? Like, it's a different game, still gorgeous, and I've had a lot of fun with it.
And to think it came from a studio that previously just made first-person
Just first-person shooters.
Absolutely mental how they nailed all of this on their first like open world outing. It's really good.
Oh, man, it's. I'm really going to be sad to finish it. So
Yeah, because you're now like running out of exclusives
I
to
know.
like backlog play.
Don't you worry,
I'll just give you Persona. It's fun. It'll just take
Persona.
2 years to finish it.
Jeez, like Persona. No, that would really take me 2 years to finish.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like 100-hour game.
I mean, it took me how long to do 40 hours in Horizon Zero Dawn, and this is me like committing time, a few hours every week, and I'm still not done.
I think I platinumed that game in like 45 hours. Yeah, but I was playing it for. No, I wasn't reviewing it. I was just playing it fast.
But I'm on 40 hours, but I know that I've spent a lot of time just running around. I died a lot because I'm playing on hard, and especially
okay, yeah, that's very
especially
different to me
like the early stages of the game. Like, oh my
then. That
gosh.
must be brutal.
The first fights I had in you get those cauldrons where it's there's always it depends on the cauldron, but some of them have a fight at the end where there's a big machine or whatever.
Most of them do, I think. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was stuck on one for I don't know how long because I think I was very under-equipped and I didn't understand the combat that well yet. So I was trying to brute force my way through it, and I was like, oh wait, I have these traps I can put, like, not the weapon itself. You get those other traps you can just deploy.
Yes.
I'm like, oh, that's
you can put them down before this fight even starts.
I'm like, oh, that's what those are. I should put down a bunch of these, and then made the fight so much easier.
Yeah. Horizon's combat is all about utilizing your.
Yeah.
If you just use your bow, like maybe you can brute force your way, but you're gonna have a bad time.
When you get the triple arrow.
That's a good time.
You can brute force your way through a
Yeah.
lot of shit.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
It makes you feel very powerful by the end. Yeah.
No, it's great.
Yeah.
So go play.
Go play Horizon.
Yeah. That's Horizon Zero Dawn. What else have you been
I can
playing?
briefly touch on Red Dead
Oh, do
Redemption
tell.
2.
We're
We've
already
only
on-
played around 3 hours.
Really on 47 minutes, so you're going to have to be very brief.
I'm not entirely enjoying it at the moment. Yeah.
Hashtag
Listen,
controversy.
this game is unbelievably beautiful. Like, I did not think would get to this point on this generation of consoles. Beautiful.
Wait till it comes out on PC.
Like, I mean, this thing runs at like native 4K on Xbox. It's fucking crazy. It's stunning. But wow, these first opening hours
Are they long?
slow as all hell. Like, really, really interesting story stuff and really good dialogue, but
It takes its time.
you're riding around a bunch and just listening to dialogue and not doing much shooting, and it's teaching you about all its different systems, which are very confusing. Like, its survival systems, it's like, hey, here's your little circular health bar, and in the middle is your health core, and your health core determines how fast your health regenerates, but you need to eat to keep your health core up, and if your health core is depleted, then your health, man, it's really and that's just like one of 6 meters you've got to like manage.
Is this an RPG?
Oh man, it's a bit like, yeah, maybe I'll get comfortable with it, but right now I'm just like I was doing a mission where I was hunting deer and my energy core was depleted. So when I was holding back the bow, my aim was going all fucking crazy because I had no energy. So I'm like, cool. I ate a snack to replenish my energy core. I drew the bow again, and after like 2 seconds, my core's depleted again, and my aim was going fucking great. And I was like, what the hell? This is bullshit.
What snacks do they eat in the West?
Like canned beans. I'm just carrying around tons of canned beans and canned peaches, and like the animation is just like him opening this can and just like chugging down this like
Oh, my.
thing. it's pretty intense.
And you mean to tell me after a can of beans, you couldn't aim?
Still couldn't hunt that deer, man.
Jesus.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a slow opening, but I've heard everyone say that the opening is like obscenely slow. The one thing that really bugs me, and this is a thing that Rockstar's been guilty of many times, is just like the character movement is so sluggish. It just feels very unresponsive. Like there's almost like crazy input lag. That's what it feels like, and that just feels.
Does it feel like The Last Guardian?
Feels worse than The Last
Guardian.
Guardian.
Oh no, because I mean, remember when I played The Last Guardian? That's one of my
100%.
criticisms. Where it's like it feels like you push a button and then a second later it happens. But that being said, by the end of it, it felt natural.
Yeah, I think it's like it's like a getting used to it thing, but it just it feels bad, and like sprint is mapped to the A or X, depending on what you're playing on, and like you have to hold it down to sprint, and if you let go, then he goes back to this like really slow walking speed, and like I haven't quite figured out yet if it automatically switches it to like automatically sprint when you're in a gunfight, but sometimes I would be sprinting fine, and then other times in a gunfight I'd get out of cover and then just walk, and I'd be like, fuck this, I have to hold down this button just to sprint it.
Yeah.
Man, yeah, no. So I've seen some things on Reddit on how to make the game feel a bit better by tweaking some settings, but Jesus, that should be like standard. Like it just feels bad to like walk around and shoot and stuff, and yeah. So
are you sure you had enough canned beans?
Yeah, maybe I had no fucking energy to sprint.
Your core is just very low.
Yeah, so I'm at the point now where I feel like I'm starting to break out of the tutorial. Like I've actually got more free reign to kind of explore
nice.
now. So we'll see how that goes.
Are you playing on the Xbox One X?
Yeah.
Does it look good?
It's so good. It's so beautiful.
Because all reports are saying like that's the place to.
Yeah, geez, it's just. Yeah, that game is just stunning. Like
it's beautiful.
Like yeah, it's crazy beautiful.
Think about how much time and money and shit went into it. No wonder
how much time and money and overtime.
Have you skinned anything in the game yet?
Yes, it's terrible.
Oh my gosh! Because there's another colleague of mine at work, Nick Bertie. He's playing it now. He's loving Red Dead Redemption, I'm sure. But he's been watching a whole lot of stuff leading up to the release and on launch. A whole lot of gaming sites release like here's what riding looks like in the game, here's how big the map is. One of the things was just look at the wildlife of the game and that sort of stuff, and you see what's the main character's name?
Arthur Morgan.
So whoever's playing him kills like an alligator and walks up to it and skins it, and I'm thinking like, okay, you're gonna push a button like Tomb Raider, you sort of stab it and you get the shit in your inventory. No. There's a whole thing where you see the shit being cut off and then ripped off. I'm like, wow, that is a lot
intense.
of detail.
Yeah. Because like the previous Red Dead, you'd press a button and the camera would change to like a close-up on John Marston, and you'd hear him like slicing things up, and like the screen would have blood splatters, but you'd never see it. This one, Jesus, it doesn't even warn you. You just see Arthur like stick his knife into a deer. He's busy cutting it, and there's just blood, and then he just rips the skin off this thing, and it makes the worst sound.
I was like, wow.
I was like, God.
So I'm like, okay, you can see the amounts of detail. If they made horse balls shrink and grow based on temperature and the horse poops and stuff, no wonder they have a full-on skinning animation. Like they've thought of everything.
Jesus.
Oh my gosh, it's insane.
There's an obscene amount of detail in that game. There was a thing like before launch, I don't know if I've not engaged with it enough, but they were like, man, the melee combat feels engaging and fun. Fuck that. I'm just mashing B. Like most of the times I've been fighting, it's just like just press B to punch. I'm just like B, and it's just like just sucking this guy in the face. Like, okay, this feels like normal Rockstar melee combat, but yeah, okay.
Oh, man.
So
I wonder if they'll ever do like a remaster of Red Dead 1, because I'd love to play the second one, but I feel like I'd be doing a disservice by not playing the first one.
Yeah,
because it's a prequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel, and it's like heavily. I mean, I feel like I need a refresh on the first game story, because like I feel like I'm missing things already. So I mean, I think you can still play it and appreciate it without it, but
I'd prefer to play the first one. So Rockstar, if you're listening, give me a Switch remaster. That'd be
that'd be cool.
The best time ever.
I swear there was a rumor a while back of like GTA being ported to Switch. Like Maybe,
Oh.
or maybe it was, I don't know, Diablo. That's another game I've been playing,
Oh,
but
Diablo.
I can't talk about it yet.
I'm playing Diablo.
Diablo on Switch, yeah. Ooh.
Oh my! I can't talk about it, but I'm playing.
I'm playing Diablo on Switch. It's
That's awesome.
yeah, it's Diablo 3 on Switch.
Talk about it next week, whenever you're ready.
But yeah, that's Red Dead. I'm sure I'll have
you
lots
give us
more to
more.
say next week because I'll have a whole week.
A whole week.
Maybe I'll be finished already.
I know I keep rehashing this, but you got a whole 2.5 months.
Oh yeah.
I'm
Hot
so
dang.
jealous.
Should we quickly blaze through releases? I don't think
Yes.
there's much happening.
Yes.
VG.
What is? Whoa, we're already on 54 minutes.
Yeah, we gotta
Holy moly.
blaze.
This is what happens when you don't talk for 2 weeks. What are you doing now? Gaming releases. Gaming releases.
We're looking at gaming releases from the 27th of October to the just pulling up my calendar to the 2nd of November. Fuck, we're in November already.
Good. Yeah, it's all downhill now. With gaming releases, it's just everything coming out.
Oh boy, still quite a bit coming out. Okay, I'm gonna go over the ones that seem
Just fly,
semi
yeah.
interesting. Castlevania Requiem, Symphony of the Night and Rondo of Blood. Out on that was out on the 26th of October. Never mind.
Is that on?
That's
What platform is that
PS4
on?
only.
Oh,
It's
nice.
out already.
Nice.
We got Risk coming to Switch, if that's your thing.
Wow. Take over the world.
Lego Harry Potter Collection out on October 30th. Cool. Yeah, there's not much else. Okay.
Got it.
Let's look at November. Okay, yeah. The Quiet Man for PC and PS4. That's that weird
Wait, is that coming-
Phoenix game.
Is that out? The
This
Quiet. Oh, great. Which is the game that the
One with
Max
no audio.
Yeah, but which is the game that the Insomniac games are making? Isn't that? No, that's not
No,
the
that's
Quiet
not
Man.
it. No.
Oh,
No, this
why-
is a Squeenix game and it looks fucking terrible.
Yeah.
Looks
Quiet
really
Man.
bad.
Okay, maybe I'm getting it confused.
It
with
was
other
part of
stuff.
their like E3 press conference thing, and everyone's like, "What the fuck is this thing?"
Yeah, I'm getting it confused with something else. And I was like, wow, that's out already?
Yeah. No.
Okay, never mind.
Oh, this is a game that I can't pronounce the name of, but I know exactly what it is, and I really want it.
Yes.
Takio no Tatsune
Nice.
Drum
Nailed it.
Session. It's that that arcade game where it was like 3 pads and you were drumming, and it was like
Yeah.
a rhythm game. It's like that, but for Switch.
Oh, yeah?
You can even buy a controller that is drums.
Oh, that's cool. But how would you play it if you don't have the controller?
Oh, I have no idea.
You just
Maybe
tap
with the
screen.
Joy-Con.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's cool.
That's out for it's out for PS. So it's called Drum Session on PS4, and it's called Drum and Fun on Switch. Drum and fun.
Yeah.
So that's out on November 2nd. I'm actually pretty keen for that. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection on Switch. November
Wow, if
2nd.
only I knew someone playing with the game.
That's the game with all its DLC and everything.
On Switch.
Yeah, on Switch.
How awesome.
And then Crayola Scoot. PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Switch, November 2nd.
Crayola is in the crayons.
I guess so. And Scoot is in, maybe it's like a kart racing game like
It's
Scooter.
the crayon kart game you've been waiting for.
Hot damn.
You can draw all over your kart with Crayolas.
That'd actually be pretty cool. Wouldn't mind that. Like color in piece of paper and scan it on a camera and then it's your cart.
Bam. Like
Yeah.
Tearaway, but in real life.
That'd
but in the game.
Shit, yeah, that was like Tearaway. Damn. I love Tearaway
That's
so
so
much.
good.
Last game out is Football Manager 2019 for
Oh
PC.
boy. Hold me back. Hide my
Hold me
wallet.
You can play your
Can't wait
best
to get
Mourinho
there.
impression.
Mourinho. Why you not score a goal?
Why you not score a goal? Man United, the best team in the world. Wow, why are we... What? I'm going to move on from that. Yeah, I'm going to move on.
Oh,
There's a
Mou-
lot coming out
I thought
next
Mourinho
week.
was Portuguese, not Italian. What
Yeah, I was about to say, we butchered that big time.
Nice. It's because when we are Portuguese, the way we speak now is our Portuguese accent.
Exactly. So
It's like
when we
the-
try to put it on, it just breaks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why you not score a goal?
Yeah, there's a lot
That
coming
it?
out next week, though.
Oh.
A lot. It's actually quite a bit in November. Like, what the fuck? Slow
too
down.
many- too many
There's a
good games,
Pokemon game coming out next month.
Oh, is it Pokemon Let's Go?
Yes!
Pokemon
So
Let's Go. Are
excited.
you buying the
Fucking hot damn.
Pokeball?
Hot damn, yeah. what do you think this is?
The Pokeball. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm curious to see how that game.
There's actually a lot coming out
pans
this
out.
year still.
I know.
I thought we were.
You thought the
slowing
year was
down. We
done?
really aren't. It's like
There's something else big coming
there's
out
like a
this year.
Persona dancing game coming out. Just Cause 4.
Yeah, that's coming out.
Borderlands VR.
Oh wow. You'll
Spider-Man's
throw up.
second DLC.
Have you played the first one yet?
Not yet, no. I need to buy it. Warframe on Switch. Battlefield 5 still.
Oh, that's in November. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah.
Well, seeing as we haven't really touched on it, Black Ops is doing quite well, it seems.
Black
People
Ops been
loving
doing
it.
very well. I'm super tempted to buy it
know,
just for
I'm also-
Blackout.
But not even just Blackout. The multiplayer, I mean, it's
the
Call of
multiplayer
Duty,
looks
it's
fun.
But
Yeah.
I'm not.
Blackout, I'm itching, but Jesus, it's expensive.
I know. Now, Battlefield's coming out in November. What is their Battle Royale mode? And will it be any good?
So this is a good segue into news.
Oh my. Gaming news.
So, part of the news this week, Battlefield 5's Battle Royale is only coming out in March next year.
Wow.
Yeah, it's kind of bad, eh?
That's hashtag scandal.
Yeah, that's kind of bad. So
Okay,
it's called Firestorm, and
That's
it's only
going to
out in
hurt
March.
sales.
Yep,
Like without a doubt.
100% it's going to hurt sales.
Shit. I don't know, man. I don't know. One of my hopes is like, yeah, it's going to have its own Battle Royale. That's going to help secure additional sales.
Think about it, it's 6 months still till its Battle Royale drops.
Oh, no, man.
Or 5 months, whatever. Yeah, it's kind of bad.
Do you want to
eh?
make a call and say that Battlefield 5 might flop?
I think Battlefield 5 is in trouble.
Oh, that is shit.
It's out way later than Call of Duty. It's not really hitting the same kind of like interesting notes.
Yeah.
And its Battle Royale super delayed. So yeah.
Shit. Is that was that like official rumor? Is
Yeah,
that
no, it's official. It's part of their roadmap.
Oh no.
Oh no.
No, that
And it's also like a Battle Royale mode that is like, it feels limited already. It's like only squads, it's only
but
4-player squads.
that makes me wonder if maybe they've thought like, you know what, we can't just have this sort of battle royale. We need to flesh it out more. Like, I don't know. I mean, if it's only 64 players with
Yeah.
squads.
I
don't
mean,
know.
I'm hoping you're right because the response to it being only squads was
It's been
pretty bad.
pretty bad,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I'm hoping that's why they're going, okay, fuck
Let's
it. we'll-
reconsider this. Yeah. Not reconsider it. Let's just think about it more and add to it, or
Yeah.
I don't know.
I'm hoping. I'm
Oh
hoping.
man, that makes me worried though.
Other quick news. Vampire.
Vampire.
Headed to
Headed to
Nintendo
Switch.
Switch. Yeah.
Did that game actually do well?
No.
No.
I heard it has a really good story, so
Yeah.
I'm curious to play it. I
Yeah.
just heard the combat's bad.
There was a lot of hype for it. So it just sort of slipped under the radar.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind playing it on Switch just
Jump
for its
Force.
narrative
Yeah.
stuff. So yeah.
Wait, when's Fallout 76 out?
Next month the beta's currently happening.
I heard the beta's been pretty meh.
Yeah.
that-
I haven't heard fantastic things about the beta either. So,
Oh no.
what else?
Kingdom Rush, what?
Oh yeah, Pokemon Go. You remember
Yes,
that? I
yes.
still play it. I remember
You're
it.
such
very
a nerd.
They are finally releasing an update in the near future that will let you track
Oh,
steps without the app being on.
I did read that. Hallelujah. How did it take
Hallelujah.
2+ years for that release to come out?
Yep. So now you can hatch them eggs by just running on a treadmill.
Can you? Will it count? Does it
I
use
have
a
no
step
idea how that
counter?
works. Yeah. I know it's going to pull data from Apple's health kit thing, so maybe. But
Yeah, it'll use a step
that
counter
is
then.
a long time
Oh
coming.
man, maybe
Yeah.
it's time for me to get back into
You should get back in because it's going to
Pokemon.
integrate with Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, that's the only reason I started playing again. And I'm actually glad I did. Like they've done a lot of
They've
work to
done
that
a lot of
game. It's
work,
really
yeah.
good.
Red Dead Redemption.
Oh yeah, in your weekly Rockstar scandal stuff. So we never got to talk about all
yeah,
the reports of the
crunch time,
workplace.
yeah.
And we don't have time to really delve into that right now.
No.
But let's just say that it happens across the industry. It's fucking abhorrent. I hate it. Game designers need to unionize. And Rockstar is pretty bad at this.
Oh man.
So there was another thing. Dan Houser seemingly can't stop talking to the press and making dumb statements.
Who's that?
He's one of the co-founders, and
Okay.
he's a writer there. So he
Okay.
co-wrote Red Dead Redemption.
Okay.
Or whatever. He's part of the two people who are like a few months before release, they were like, we kind of want all our cutscenes to have black bars, and the fucking camera and scripting team are just like ready to
yeah.
kill themselves. Like,
Yeah,
at that
I
point.
remember reading about that
Yeah.
or hearing about that.
So apparently, in an interview he gave to, I think it was GQ, this one, he said they are unsure how they would tackle GTA 6 in the current political climate. And he's not just saying because people get offended by everything. He's basically saying people get offended by everything, and those people exist on both sides of the spectrum. He's basically saying like liberals and conservatives both take things too seriously, and they have no idea how to satirize it. Which cool, fair, whatever, but also like take a stance, my dude.
Yeah,
Like,
pick a side.
pick a side,
Or just don't,
just run with it. Stop trying to play this middle of the fence bullshit.
or just don't make GTA 6 and make something else.
Yeah, I mean, a new IP from Rockstar. How would
Can you
that
imagine? Jeez,
be? Remember Agent? My God,
Agent?
that like 2011 Rockstar game that never ever materialized.
No, so
Yeah.
that shows how much I know. What on earth is that?
What,
no,
the
that
scary thing?
yeah.
I have no idea.
So it's that
Eternal
movie
Darkness,
news. Never
Dennis
mind.
Dyke, new game, Dead House Sonata.
Oh wait, it is a game.
Yeah,
Oh man,
looks like a game.
let's not play that. Max.
Oh yeah, Microsoft wants to bring Xbox Game Pass to PC, which is awesome.
I thought Game Pass was on PC.
I
though.
also thought so. I looked into this, and it seems like you can get it working on PC, but you still need an Xbox. Like you need to
Okay.
sign up to it on Xbox, and then your account will have it, and then any games that are compatible with PC, you'll be able
Okay,
to.
then you can play.
But you can't sign up to it without having an actual console.
Okay, but now that's gonna
Yes,
skip that.
which is awesome because Games Pass is one of the best things that Xbox is going for it at the
Yeah.
moment.
Oh, there's the news.
Yeah, Firestorm early out next March. Hey, guess who
Wow.
wrote that? Me.
I somehow missed that.
Pokemon
It's
Go.
like article from this Alessandro guy. Nah.
More Pokemon Go stuff coming for Halloween. Scary times.
When is Halloween's next week?
Yeah,
This week.
Tuesday.
Oh, is it on Tuesday?
31st, yeah.
31st is on
No,
Tuesday.
wait, Wednesday, sorry.
31st is on Wednesday.
Yeah.
Really in November. What the hell?
Forza Horizon 4 has an update that should be out already that is letting players create their own tracks, which is really cool.
Wow, that's awesome.
Custom tracks. There's a game called Mosh Pit
I
Simulator.
saw that. Did you watch the trailer for that?
Yes, I mean I've known this game for a while because I know the developer.
Oh yeah.
Sososowski. He was here for Amaze Johannesburg like 3 years ago, and
Oh, yeah?
he's one of the coolest dudes I've ever met.
What
but
is
fuck.
What is the premise for this?
I
game?
don't know. I remember him starting out this game, and he was just messing around like because his previous game MacPixel, which did really really well, was made in GameMaker, I think. Definitely wasn't made in Unity. So he was experimenting with Unity.
Yeah.
Then he experimented with VR.
And
And
this
through
is a
his
VR game. huh?
malformed experimentations, it looks fucking ridiculous.
I watched the trailer and I don't know what the hell's going on.
Yeah,
like I
it's
really
just
don't.
like weird character models being morphed, and
Yeah.
it's very weird. But that is Sauce in a nutshell. Like he's a really good guy.
That's awesome.
Oh, what else? Overwatch is getting a spectator mode that will let you watch matches from any view in real time.
What year is it? Jeez,
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
the Steam Halloween
Steam
autumn,
Halloween,
winter
autumn,
sale.
and winter sale dates. I mean, if Halloween sale, that should be soon, surely.
Yeah. I don't get excited for Steam sales anymore.
Nah, me neither. I haven't bought anything on a Steam sale in a very long time.
It's I mean we've touched on this. It's the fact that things go on sale and it's like okay, everything's on sale.
Yeah, there's none of that daily.
I miss those flash sales or those quick flash discounts, whatever.
Yeah, the rush of like logging on every day.
Yeah, it was every 6 or 8 hours, like new
Yeah.
specials. Like, oh cool.
Man, did you see this video of this 16-year-old kid
It's,
beating the 7-time world champ in classic Tetris?
No?
Dude, it's like this 2-minute video
Yeah.
of their final match, and it's the most insane
Tetris.
thing I've ever seen. I don't even understand because there's like this percentage value that tracks like how many of their clears are Tetrises, but I thought a clear was a Tetris. Apparently, a Tetris is like
when
a
it's
4 block.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, holy crap, it's intense.
I'll check it out.
It's so good. Yeah. So watch that video. That's recommended watching. Jade Raymond has left Motive Studios, the EA studio that she helped found. So
What did she...
Jade Raymond is one of the co-creators of Assassin's Creed.
Oh, okay.
Her and Patrice Désilets, that's the other one.
Trace.
They created Assassin's Creed. She was at Ubisoft for a while. She was the creative director on Splinter Cell Blacklist, which is one of the best Splinter Cells ever made.
no.
Then she moved over to EA, founded the studio, and they were helping out with Visceral's Star Wars game, which ended up being cancelled. They did the single player content for Battlefront. Yeah, Battlefront 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who knew?
So yeah, I
She's
don't know
left
what
now.
she's up to now, but that's a big loss.
But speaking on Assassin's Creed, I don't think we mentioned either, but Odyssey is doing quite well.
Odyssey's
as well.
doing damn well.
I
My
think it's
God.
surprised a lot of people because I mean I haven't played it, but I'm one of those people. I saw the trailer, I was like, oh, yeah, like really, it's just doesn't look
Everyone is
that good.
loving
but
that game.
Yeah, people.
I
are
still,
deep into
it's one of those things. It's like 60, 70 hours, so I got to find
Like-
time. Yeah,
If I only had a 2.5 month holiday
yeah.
to fit all that gaming into. So no giant scandals this week.
No big giant scandal. Is it
Scandal.
BlizzCon this weekend? Or is it next
I think it's
weekend?
next week.
Okay, I think it's next week. Okay, yeah. No, that's news for the week.
Yeah,
Cool.
is that- oh, well, we always know when you get to Zer.
Yeah, get to last
So
week's.
thanks, Darren, for that marker. Which lets us know. Shall we do some of them gaming questions?
We answer
Wow,
your questions.
We need to record this sound snippet of you singing, serenading.
Questions.
We'll
You'll never get it. I'm the
just
one who
time
edits.
clip that, you're
You'll
right.
never get it.
Wait, what happened to? Oh wait, okay. I'm good.
You
at
had
this,
one
I
job.
swear. I've time stamped everything even.
You had
Okay.
one job.
Who do you want to start with? A question from Zoe or 3 questions from Mix?
Are those the questions we have?
Yes.
Okay, throw me a random one.
A random one. Who would win in a fist fight, Mario or Dr. Eggman?
Jeez, I thought he was going to say
fist
between
fight.
us. That would be a problem.
Oh no, there's one about us, don't you worry.
Oh, okay. A fist fight between Dr. Eggman and?
Mario.
That's a weird combo.
Yeah, that's Sonic, the bad guy
I
from
don't know.
Sonic. And,
Like Eggman seems like the kind of dude who would just belly flop on you. He doesn't. I mean, he's got like noodle arms.
noodle arms.
He's
does
got
he?
like noodle arms and noodle legs, and then a really, really eggy body.
Look, but here's the real question: between Mario and Dr. Eggman, who's got the better moustache?
Ooh. I would have
think
to
about
go,
that one.
I would have to go Eggman there.
Why?
Have you seen? He's got his like classical evil moustache twirl going on. I love it.
But Mario's got like the perfect moustache. It's like
But have you seen Mario without a
well-groomed.
moustache? He looks like a child.
yes, his baby Mario.
The next Mario game is not going to be you throwing your cap. It's you throwing your
a
moustache. Fuck,
And
that
we-
should have been Odyssey. That really should have been Odyssey.
Throwing a moustache. What happens when you hit someone with your moustache? Do they grow?
Yeah, then instead of like, you know, the thing that you're controlling wearing a cap, they just have a moustache. I mean, that kind of happens in Odyssey already. When you throw your cap at Bullet
It
Bill,
grows a
it grows a
moustache, yeah.
moustache, yeah. So why not
That's the
just
best.
like throw your moustache and then you run around with unmoustached Mario?
Okay, so you're saying moustaches aside, you'd say Dr. Eggman.
Yeah, probably Doctor. Oh no, he's got
It's
noodle
tricky,
arms.
man.
Mario is like a more well-rounded fighter. Like
He is,
he's
man.
in fucking
But-
Smash Bros.
And in Smash, he is a well-rounded fighter.
Yeah, I mean
Good
he'll
at a bit
throw
of
fireballs
everything.
at he'll Hadouken your
Exactly.
face. So.
You can't Hadouken. What is
Also, he's got Cappy now, so you can just throw Cappy on Dr. Eggman and just
Ah.
get Dr. Eggman to beat himself up.
Well, there you have it. Mario would definitely win.
Yeah,
I mean, what's
100%.
Dr. Eggman going to do? Use his noodle arms? No.
Yeah,
He's going to use
exactly.
his own noodle arms.
He's not allowed
punch
to use a
himself in the
robot
head.
because this is a fist fight. So
I don't know. If it's Super Smash, everything goes, man.
yeah,
You
that's
never
true.
know.
That's true. I mean, you can summon Pokemon in.
Speaking of Smash, do you think when's Waluigi coming out, man?
Fuck Waluigi. Also got noodle arms.
Okay, next question. Who would win in the thumb war? Me or you? Me.
I don't know.
I
Yeah,
win.
probably you. I mean, we can test this
Who's
out
got
right
longer
now.
thumbs? Yeah. I don't know. I want to knock over the equipment.
Yeah, this is
It's
probably a
bit
bad
of
idea.
bit of-
I definitely think you though. You've got bigger thumbs than me.
Listen,
Also, I'm really bad at thumb wars.
Yeah,
Shani
I've-
beats me all the time.
Well, then I'll definitely.
You saying you can beat Shani? That's
No,
the
I
real
don't
matchup
want to.
here.
She's probably like the world champion. I'm too scared. Okay, last question from Megs. He says, many rumors are going around that Sony will kill the PS4 fat and slim in favor of making the Pro the de facto PS4.
I have
Could
not seen
there
these
be
rumors.
any truth to this? Wait, who is your source, Megs?
I
Tell
have
us.
not seen any of these rumors. I mean, the original PS4, that thing's been discontinued. Well, not discontinued, but uncirculated for a long time now.
Yeah.
Like you can only get the slim now. Most of the times when you're buying a normal PS4, it's the slim,
yeah.
which is normal. Like it's the same with the fat Xbox One. You can only buy the S now.
Yeah.
So
Well, I don't know if that'll happen, but I think maybe when the PS5 comes out, no, they'll still. I think they'll still keep the PS4 and the PS4 Pro.
Because the thing is the price difference. Like,
Yeah.
they would not discontinue the regular PS4,
No.
and then suddenly the only console they have is like what $200 more. No
Yeah.
ways. No ways.
No, I think they'll keep it as well.
they'll keep it. They'll keep driving the price down as much as they can. When the PS5 comes out, it's like, oh, you can get a PS4 for like $250 or whatever it is, and maybe the Pro becomes a $350 model or whatever. Like always. No
What
ways.
I'm interested to see with the next gen, so we know Xbox are going the whole streaming route, whatever, but they've sort of pushed out this messaging that no matter what you buy, you're always going to be able to play whatever's out. So even if you buy the S or the X. Now, do you think the next generation of Xbox, if like the Xbox One, 2, whatever the hell it is, best name ever, do you think that games will be exclusive to that console, or you'll still be able to play anything on the Xbox One S and the X? So think about like how iPhones are, where
I get what you mean, where they have that like period of I don't know.
Because that's sort of messaging I felt that they pushed out, saying, it doesn't matter what you buy, you're going to be able to play whatever.
I think my assumption is that when they bring out a new console, there will be games that are exclusive for that console, but they're setting themselves up for that future.
Yeah.
Like, if they're releasing a streaming console, then that console will be able to play whatever in the future.
I suppose it actually doesn't matter then.
Unless they can retroactively get streaming working on older consoles, which is entirely possible.
I could do that.
Because like, hey, you have an Xbox, cool, you paid for all this hardware that might not be, working in playing these streaming games now, but maybe on your Xbox One you can download an app that connects you to their streaming service, and hey, now it works.
Yeah, I mean, and if you've got the hardware, you saying like the upcoming, well, not you, but they've said, or whatever that is, the upcoming streaming Xbox, there'll be a version with just a video encoder.
Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, surely an Xbox One X or One S can, it has the hardware to do
and that would be a way for them to stick with their claim.
That would be so clever.
I mean, that would be so clever, but that also then affects like, why buy the new console?
Yeah, it's true.
So, it's tricky. It depends on what they're banking their profits on. Like, do they need to sell that hardware, or can they just release a streaming service? Like,
I think a lot of this, I mean, if you think about traditional consoles, the profit never comes from the hardware. It's always the games, the attach rates and stuff. So, I don't know.
I wonder how this changes now, because I mean, PlayStation dominated this generation just by selling more consoles. But in a streaming future, what is that metric?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm worried about PlayStation for next generation, because we've rehashed this many times. The Xbox are just in a much better place.
Yep.
In terms of infrastructure,
they're just like
their services.
thinking forward, like.
Although PlayStation have played a bit of catch up, which is something I thought might happen. With the whole crossplay thing. Okay, I know it's not official, but they've said, okay, Fortnite crossplay.
Beta.
Yeah, beta. Okay, but they sort of considering it and trying it out.
Yeah.
So if they get that off, cool. That's one thing that they'll bring themselves even with the Xbox again now.
Yeah.
What is their other streaming service? PlayStation Now.
Yes.
Now, if that becomes similar to Game Pass, then PlayStation also has their own curated game, Netflix or services, whatever. The only thing left now is the actual streaming bits, streaming to console.
Yeah.
That's where I'm like, I don't know how they.
Yeah,
how
I mean, they don't
have
the infrastructure for that, and I mean, that's all going to come down to. It's very strange. It's like, which streaming service offers me the best experience?
Yeah, because is it Amazon or Google who are streaming, doing tests of Assassin's Creed Odyssey?
It's Google right now. And I've seen amazing feedback from that. People being like, it's incredible.
It's like no lag, nothing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which I didn't expect. I expected people going, yeah, this is cool, but it's still not there. But everyone's just going, holy shit.
Okay, so now next generation, Xbox are like, cool, we've got our streaming service. Google are like, hey, you can stream with our Google Gaming, whatever the hell it is. PlayStation like, you can buy hardware, I guess, if you want traditional.
I just think from I'm thinking now in a more narrow local perspective. When you think about, this has been PlayStation country forever. But
this is PlayStation country.
But Microsoft has the infrastructure locally for streaming, and Sony doesn't. Like, we have Azure servers going online in December. Yeah. That's going to fundamentally change local servers for anything played on Xbox consoles, and then streaming locally, because then your ping isn't a factor. Like, Sony's stuff is all overseas.
No.
So
I don't know how it's gonna work.
The future is streaming, South Africa as a market will have to change to Xbox, because that's where the best experience is going to be. So I'm very curious to see how this pans out. Like,
We need to step forward.
I love new
2
console
years.
generations because it's all the speculation and stuff and just like trying to
What are they gonna
predict what's
do?
happening. It's great. I love it.
Although this gen was it's the same as PS3 and Xbox 360, but better.
Yeah.
It wasn't that big a jump.
Yeah, exactly. Like PS4 and Xbox One was always like, well, what is the controller going to look like? Remember all those weird like PS4 designs?
Oh my word.
It was never a case of how is this going to change the landscape,
Yeah, but we definitely, I feel, going to go from PS2 to PS3, like a jump of that significance, where not necessarily visually, although with NVIDIA doing their funny ray tracing technology.
Yeah, you never know, yeah.
So we might go there, but in terms of the actual infrastructure and platform, that's going to
just the way we play games is going to change
so
fundamentally, and that's exciting.
Throw VR into the mix. Like I know PSVR hasn't done like super well, but it's doing well enough that Sony are still supporting.
I think
it.
VR is still 100% there. Yeah. And I mean, Oculus is coming with their all-in-one soon.
Oh my.
Yeah, very exciting times.
Jeez, okay, last question. So it comes from Zoe at Moonstormer. She says, I saw a quote that said, if you aren't buying Red Dead Redemption 2, you're either not a gamer or in a coma.
Oh, I saw that quote.
I'm a gamer and not in a coma, but I'm just avoiding the FOMO and playing games at my own pace, etc. Do you think games, journalists, PR teams and whatnot contribute to gamer gatekeeping?
Yes, 100%.
Yes.
That quote was garbage. Like,
Who said that?
It was EGM in their review. Their quote for their review was like, if you miss out on Red Dead Redemption, you're either not a gamer or you're in a coma. Like, fuck off.
No, man, as someone who plays games way long after the fact, what the hell is wrong with you?
No, what the fuck? Like,
I'm
also, like,
100%
if you don't
a
play Red Dead Redemption 2, you're not a gamer. Like,
No, that's just silly.
nah, fuck off. Like, what if that's not your style of game? Like,
Or what if you don't have the money to drop on brand new games all the time?
People don't like open world games. People don't like 60-hour games. Like, some people stick exclusively to indie games.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I could honestly say, like Red Dead Redemption 2, I don't know if I'd enjoy it because I'm not a huge open world gaming fan. Like I'm playing Horizon Zero Dawn, but that to me is not. I don't see it as the same as, say, a Ubisoft open world where there are just hundreds of millions of side things to do. And Horizon Zero Dawn is like, here are the machine sites, here's some side quests, do your thing. Whereas I think about a Ubi game, it's literally like rinse and repeat missions all over, watchtowers, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
So that doesn't appeal to me, like at all. Red Dead Redemption, like people get excited for this. Wow, there's this massive open world you can spend hours upon hours, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool. I played The Witcher, and I really played that more for the story content. I wasn't necessarily running around. I mean, bar the first 10 hours collecting
when every single icon, you're like, I need to.
Like, I need to. Yeah, I've got over that very quickly, and I was literally just running from marker to marker.
Yeah.
But Red Dead Redemption, like, I might enjoy it, but I don't get excited thinking like, wow, an open world game. Doesn't mean I'm not a gamer because I'm not picking it up on day one.
No, I mean, like, even if you don't play it ever, like, that is your choice, and you. This just really all goes back to this whole age-old thing of like people who play games on smartphones aren't real gamers. Like, fuck, they are. Like, you're playing a game. You are playing a game. Like, what is so important about this, like, moniker of this is what a real gamer is? Who gives a fuck?
Yeah.
Like, who cares? Like, what sort of like credibility or status is that giving you, and what is it making you feel like? Like, it's stupid. And to see like to see that in the social consciousness, like people saying that, fine. But for journalists to put that in like reviews, like, fuck no, come on, you need to be better than that. That doesn't foster a good look for anyone.
Yeah. I don't know if the journalist wrote it like maliciously.
I don't think so, but you got to think about how you come across. Like, if you don't play Red Dead Redemption, you're not a gamer. Like, why is that in your review? Like, why is that there? Like, sure, it's hyperbole. Wow.
Hyperbole.
Hyperbole. Wow, Zoe's going to have a field day with that.
Hyperbole de caco.
It's definitely hyperbole, but like, it's just shit.
Yeah.
There's no. Yeah. Listen, Matt, if you don't play Red Dead Redemption 2 tomorrow, you can't be on this gaming podcast.
I know. You wouldn't have a co-host if I wasn't allowed to be on, talk about games from yesteryear. I mean, this whole thing's me playing games after the fact has actually turned into a joke among our friends. It's like, oh, you're playing that game. Wow, you like this old game. Are you looking to be a guest on Checkpoint Chat at some point. It's like, hey, screw you.
Not everyone buys games at launch. It is funny though, because we get shit from our good pals, but how many of them play the games at launch as well?
Yeah, they play some games at launch, but I mean, not
Play
all.
multiplayer games at launch. Yeah.
That's it.
Don't worry, you can keep tabs on Curvin because he likes jabbing you about that. When does he play Red Dead Redemption?
Yeah, where's your yeehaw, Kerwin?
He only got into Destiny a year late.
How dare you? Maybe he wants to be on Checkpoint.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's
anyway,
that's all the questions. Look
Thank
at
you.
us. We haven't even hit an hour and a half yet.
oh yeah, nailed it.
When did we ever last hit an episode on time? I don't know.
Thank you so much for your questions. As always, you can tweet us at Checkpoint Chat on Twitter. Our DMs are open. Slide into them. You can email us on checkpointchatpodcast@gmail.com. Too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, we never get questions there. It's fine. I totally understand. I 100% understand. We've also got a Facebook page.
Yes.
Facebook.com/checkpointchat.
Yes.
Yeah, that Matty
Plug us in everywhere.
Matty keeps updated.
Yeah, twice a week.
Nice. Nailed it.
It's better than none.
Yeah,
a week.
exactly. Better than none. So,
Jeez,
yeah, we're gonna. This podcast is turning 30 next week.
it's
turning
my
Matty's age.
Oh
Yeah.
man! And remember, after that, there's no looking back. We're going to start shouting at children.
Yeah. So from next week, this is going to be a podcast dedicated to shouting about Heelys.
I dare you. But if you do enjoy us, leave us a rating and review.
Helps us reach more people.
Just, if you want more people to hear us and want the podcast to grow, hey, leave a rating and review.
Also, I had an interesting question about listeners, just about like demographics of our listeners. Like, it would be, I don't know how you'd let us know this, but if you feel the need to let us know how old you are, like it would help us place our market a bit better. Like, someone was asking, like, what is your average like listener, the age of your average listener? I'm like, I don't know. How am I meant to know that?
Drop us a tweet or leave a comment or somewhere and just say, hey,
Be like, I'm 30.
I'm 30, or I'm 20, or I'm 15.
I'm
or
Sandy's age, I'm
45,
5.
I'm 5. Man. Why do I have a phone?
I clicked on this icon. I thought it was a game. This is a podcast.
Where do I put my parents' credit card details to spend? If you want to send us money.
Yeah. Send
Little
us money.
5-year-old Timmy. Let
We
me
still
tell
don't
you.
have a post box because I'm still scared of people sending
Oh
us
no,
spiders.
sending spiders. Oh.
Yeah. Open the box on air and it's just spiders.
And
We
then
never hear from
we
us
die on
again.
air, become the most famous podcast. That sounds like a good idea.
Jesus.
Let's not do that.
There's a just to round this out. There's a new series on Netflix called The Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. It's like the
Yeah.
reboot of Sabrina the Teenage Witch.
Yeah.
It's really good. Well, I'm enjoying it so far. And in the first episode, she punishes her shitty principal at school by sending spiders
That
like
is
a flock
so
of
evil.
like
a flock of spiders.
He wakes up with spiders all over him, and I was like freaking out. I was like,
this is hell,
no.
actual hell.
Yeah.
But wait, on that note, what do you call a collection of? It's not a flock of spiders.
I don't
surely.
think so. I think a swarm.
Yeah, swarm.
A Zergrush of spiders.
Zergrush of spiders. Yeah, that's the one. AKA terrifying.
My
No
favorite
God,
is still
please no.
crows. A murder
of crows.
I love it.
You could call it a murder of spiders.
I
Definitely.
love it. There was a mission in Hitman Blood Money
Yeah.
where you had to kill people at Mardi Gras, and the mission was called A Murder of Crows, and your 3 targets were dressed up as crows.
Oh, no,
Very
that's
cool.
awesome.
Very, very
You're
cool.
like, I see what you did
Yeah, I
there.
see what you did there. Yeah.
Clever. Yeah, that's episode 29.
Episode 29, done and dusted.
Brought to you on a fine Sunday morning.
I'm very tired, and I've got a busy day ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to go home and relax now.
I hate you. But
Hey, you've got a 2.5 month holiday.
Shut up. Okay, fair enough.
I'm going to bring it up
I don't
every
have work
moment.
tomorrow. Yeah, it's a good
I
time.
do.
But thank you for listening to episode 29 of Checkpoint Chat. We'll be with you again next week.
Yes.
Thank you. Bye.
Buy any surprise report submissions or on your part.
No surprises at all. Goodbye.
Okay, bye.